Chances are good, if you're over the age of 3, you've seen this truck before. Now, Kyle O'Milano was a big fan of Pixar movies growing up, and that's why he used this truck as inspiration for his drag build. Now, obviously, there's some differences, such as the one in the movie was a Toyota and this is a Datsun, but either way, it's still a Japanese mini truck and it's yellow in color. Now, Kyle has registered for an event called Miles of Mayhem, which is a 1,700 kilometer drag and drive, and we're here to document his week to see how the experience goes. So if you're a fan of drag racing, how about you go grab some popcorn, sit down and enjoy the next half an hour of watching this little Datsun go through mayhem.
Hey guys, I'm Kyle O'Milano. I work for Pizza Planet, delivering pizzas. Just kidding. So pretty much been into cars my whole life. My dad was a mechanic. He worked on cars. He was into stock car racing, did lots of that. And that kind of just snowballed it, working on dirt bikes and mopeds and such when I was able to drive. And then we went to track at Gimli and I just wanted to go fast, and this is the result.
Kyle, you gotta tell me about this truck. I've seen this truck now kicking around for a while, and you caught my attention, man. Obviously, our home track guys, Gimli, Manitoba, we've been watching this truck for a while, and now finally I get the chance. I had to come all the way to Edmonton to get a chance to shoot this thing, but we're here at Miles of Mayhem, which is Canada's premier drag and drive event. We're gonna be following this guy all week long, and we wanna know about this Datsun. So Kyle, this is a Datsun 620.
Yep.
No longer a Datsun motor.
Nope, it is an LM4 actually out of an Envoy.
Okay.
It's an all aluminum block, aluminum head, dish piston, Gen 3 motor.
Right.
3LS.
Okay, so now you say out of an Envoy, so I'm assuming that's a 5.3 liter, is that right?
5.3, yeah.
Okay, 5.3 liter, big V8, guys. This thing's wild. Big, massive turbo. What size turbo's on this thing?
It's 7875.
7875, and if we had to estimate, what kind of power is the little yellow Datsun truck making?
According to the track times, probably about 800.
800
We're being conservative.
Okay, so now when you run a truck like this, is this mostly a quarter-mile truck? Is it an eighth-mile truck? Is it a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. It's geared for the quarter, so, and street, obviously. So,
right.
I mean, we could go taller on the gears, but then you lose out on mileage and engine valve train dissipation. And
of course. So a build like this, is this mostly you, yourself, or was it you and Dad that built this? Was this all you by yourself?
All me. This is learning. Further you look into the truck, you see some of the early mistakes and such like that. And
of course. Now we were talking about quarter mile and eighth mile time. So quarter mile, I think I've seen you run like a 901. Is that right? Is that your best?
901 in the quarter, yeah.
901 in the quarter. What kind of mile an hour shot speed you pulling there?
149.
149 miles an hour, guys, in the quarter. And in the eighth, what are you doing?
We went, the personal best is 577 at 120. Today we're 580, 586.
Okay.
Right,
now that sounds perfect because you've actually signed up for the 580 class.
That's right.
So we're getting this thing dialed in hopefully all week long now, and hopefully
for the number and
yeah,
go for that.
Awesome. Okay, so we've got a 5.3 liter. Obviously, I'm seeing some shiny bits in here. Tell me a little bit more. What kind of manifolds on this? Is this stock? Is what's all done here?
So the engine itself, from the intake manifold right to the oil pan, is all stock.
Okay.
All factory GM, has never been apart. Factory gaskets, factory bolts. It's got a camshaft and valve springs. That's the only upgrades to it, and the bolt-on turbo, obviously.
Okay. And now for trans, what are we running in here?
We've got a Power Glide 2-speed.
Okay.
It's a aftermarket 180 gear set in it.
Right.
And I just refresh it every couple of years and it holds up.
Okay. Now this truck as well has been known as a wheelie monster, is that correct?
It's been known to have the front end about this high.
This high, okay,
Yeah,
my height.
That high.
So it does big, massive wheelies. Now,
Yeah.
I'm hoping, are we gonna maybe see a wheelie this weekend, or maybe you don't even like wheelies?
They're cool.
Yeah.
They're kind of hard on parts. And since this is kind of an endurance race, we'd like to keep them, you know, a foot and a half.
I can respect that.
Yeah,
I can respect
maybe
that.
day 5 we'll put on a show.
Absolutely, well that sounds great, and I'm looking forward to following you all week. But aside from engine trans, let's actually go through the rest of this truck.
Sure.
I'd love to know a little bit more about what keeps you safe in here, and like, you know, let's talk about the suspension setup and what's going on with this. So, you know what, we're gonna go take a closer look. Okay, Kyle, this thing looks like it's got quite the stance on it. What are we working with for suspension and tire setup and wheels and everything else?
So up front we got some Weld Racing 15 by 3.5 wheels or tires with some Mickey Thompson front runners. It's got TBM brakes, all modified to fit the Nissan suspension, I guess. And then it's got Viking coilovers in the front, dual adjustable front suspension, really.
Okay, and what about out back?
Out back, it's stock leaf spring from the Datsun,
Okay.
from 1977. The frame's been narrowed. It's got sliders in the rear, single adjustable strange shocks, homemade cantilever suspension, or traction device, I guess you would call it, and the wheelie bars.
Awesome.
Help keep the front end down.
Wheelie bars to keep it from making any more damage.
Yeah.
And obviously a big parachute out back. Now, do you pull that chute often, or does it stay packed up?
More of a safety thing. If it gets loose in the top end, you can pull it and it'll straighten you out. After 150 mile an hour, it's required, so we're right there at the quarter mile, and
Okay,
part
awesome.
of the safety.
Okay, so now obviously the times you're running, I'm assuming this has to be caged.
You betcha.
So let's go take a look at the interior in this thing. Show me around.
So on the inside, 2 Kirky seats, 850 roll cage, stock dash. The transmission tunnel's been cut out for the motor being set back and the bigger transmission and such, and B&M shifter, and then the big old parachute handle.
Awesome. I'm gonna follow you for the next 5 days. It's gonna be a grueling mission. And for you guys at home, this is a 1,700 kilometer drag and drive event. So like,
If you don't get lost.
if you don't get lost. Absolutely. So this is literally a test of endurance, guys. And like, this thing has to perform at every track. And
Yeah.
as I said, we're running in the 580 class, and you know, that's fast. I mean, I'm gonna wish you luck, and we're just gonna see how it goes. So good luck out there, Kyle.
Thanks a lot.
Here we go, guys. Kyle's first run here at the Mayhem. Let's see how it goes. Oh, wheels up. Keeps his foot in it. 610, 118 mile an hour. Whoa, Kyle, that last run, wheels up. I see you jacking underneath this vehicle. Is everything okay?
Everything's good. Just reset the wheelie bars a little lower, so hopefully it doesn't come up so high this time.
Okay, so other than that, I like that looked like a big carry. I was totally worried. It looked cool. I was also worried because you mentioned before on big wheelies, you break lots apart.
That's
so
right.
Hopefully everything's okay.
Yep.
Okay, good. And now time-wise, were you happy with it? I know you still kept your foot in it, which I like to
Yeah,
see.
well, I gotta keep the mile an hour, so
Okay.
we're right where we need to be if the wheels stay down.
Of course. So
You
I'm
bet.
assuming you're probably going to want to get another pass in.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Try to get dialed in on that 580 time, right?
Yep, for sure.
Okay, well, I'll let you get back to work. Good luck. We'll see you out there shortly.
Right on, thanks.
All right, guys, we got Kyle up with his second run at Miles of Mayhem. So first run was big, wheels up, big carry, and as we said, he doesn't like to do that because that breaks parts. So he's made some adjustments to the wheelie bars. Oh man, he's moving. 580, 220 miles an hour. Woo! Kyle, my man, 582 in the 580 class. You got to be happy with that run.
Definitely happy with that, coming off that big wheelie last pass and making this one stick and run her out the back.
Awesome. That was a wild run. I'm assuming you're done for today's session and right in the road.
Change over to street mode and off on the highway we go.
Awesome. Congrats, man.
Thanks.
So as I mentioned, this is a 5-day Dragon Drive, and we are leaving Edmonton, Alberta in Western Canada, heading over to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, which is about a 500-kilometer drive for us to race tomorrow at Saskatchewan International Raceway. As I said, this isn't an easy challenge, as this is a test of endurance. Do you remember on day one when I said this was a test of endurance and that there would be a lot of mayhem? Well, unfortunately, the mayhem has arrived.
Kyle, man, things were looking good till they weren't. Please tell me this isn't something major. What's going on?
Made the pass, heard a little bit of noise, thought it was the wheelie bars on the track, and then went boom, smoke, and now there's rods laying in the catch pan.
Oh no, man, I'm so sorry to hear that. Is that the end of Miles of Mayhem for you?
We got a motor on the way, so we're gonna try and change it out here and start the mayhem.
You guys got a motor on the way?
You betcha.
Where'd you find a motor so fast? Like, you just got
Connection.
back in.
That's the thing about Miles of Mayhem. Everybody's willing to help, so
Awesome.
Here we are.
Okay, well then I guess we've got some filming to do to watch you change your motor. Well, good luck, man.
You bet. Thanks a lot.
Hey, thank you.
Okay, Gary, so what we have here is an LM4. Was an 8-cylinder, now it's a 1.5 cylinder.
Okay.
So we're missing 6 rods and pistons. This one is very bent, and one of these ones I believe is still connected to a piston. The rest of it is absolutely disintegrated, broke the block basically in half. There's a rod sticking out of the block there, big window obviously.
I'm not gonna lie, Kyle, looks like you did quite the number on this thing.
Absolutely no warning. Had no idea this was gonna happen.
Now, out of curiosity, Kyle, is not saying that this is expected, but do you feel like you got your money's worth out of this engine?
Definitely. For the $300 that this motor cost me, I think we did probably over 200 9-second passes on it.
Okay, so that sounds like a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
So now we got a 6-liter going in, is that right?
6-liter iron block going in. Not changing the camshaft or anything in it. We're just gonna run it just so we can finish the week and see how it pans out. We'll still make passes,
so
of
now
course,
you've already done visual inspection on this new used motor that's come your way. Everything looks good?
New used motor, no excessive amounts of sludge. So looks like it's around the 250,000 K, so it should be good for a couple pounds of boost, and we'll go from there.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'll let you get back to it because obviously we still have a long day to Medicine Hat, so I don't want to take up any more of your time. Good luck.
Thanks a lot.
All right, guys, a moment of truth here. The 6 liters in. Let's see if it runs. Well, it runs. The beast is alive.
Let's go.
Well, guys, 8:45 p.m. here at Saskatchewan International Raceway. The Datsun's finally all buttoned back up. These guys are going to be leaving here probably in the next 15 minutes to make the trek to Medicine Hat, which is probably a good 5-6 hour drive for these guys. Obviously, a new motor's in. They've got to do their tests and make sure everything's good. And usually when they're traveling, it's 85, 90 kilometer an hour. So yeah, they got a long night in front of them. We wish you guys well, and we'll see you guys in Medicine Hat.
We are Japanese goblin ということでの高飛び鬼殺し I am Japanese goblin.
Well, Kyle, day 3 is here, and we are finally in Medicine Hat. Talk to me about your day yesterday in Saskatchewan, though, and what time did you roll into Medicine Hat today?
Well, after blowing up the motor and replacing it with a junkyard one, did some tuning on it. We left Saskatoon at about 10 o'clock last night. Got here to Medicine Hat at about 5:30 in the morning, had a nap, and back at the track here, gonna switch it over to race mode and see what we can do.
Awesome. So, on the trip here, were you guys doing some tuning on the fly, letting this thing learn? Now, you guys had a 5.3 in here, now it's a 6-liter.
That's right.
Is that right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, so any adjustments you feel you had to make, or?
We're gonna go over the log and check, see why the old motor blew up, do a little bit of adjustment. We had the Holly doing the self-learn on the fuel on the drive on the way here, and it ran good, so we're not too concerned about the motor, and we'll do some more tuning and get it ready to run.
Okay, awesome. Well, good luck on your passes here today at Medicine Hat.
Okay, thanks, Gary.
All right, guys, Pizza Planet's first pass here at Medicine Hat. This thing has a 6-liter in it now. It had a 5.3 yesterday. It shot all the rods out of the block, and these guys didn't get here till 5:30 this morning in Medicine Hat. Left Saskatchewan at 10 o'clock last night. Let's see how it goes. Woo! Okay, guys, here we go.
Needed the help of a crane and a new motor, but got it going, and away we go. How about that?
Looking good, looking good. Oh, looking good. Keep it in it. 624, 111 mile an hour, not bad. Well, Kyle, first pass here at Medicine Hat, and this new 6-liter goes at 622. Take me through this run and take me with what are your thoughts here?
It was a good safe pass. Got on the two-step good, went down the track. The fueling is still a little bit off. Got to get that kind of tuned in. Made a good lick. Motor's happy, so I think we're ready to roll.
Are we one and done it, or are we going for another pass?
We're going for another pass.
So now this is interesting, because I talked to your wife yesterday, Teresa, and she told me we're going to just do our best to make sure we complete the whole Miles of Mayhem tour, and we're going to keep it safe. And I said, Teresa, he's going to get one pass in him, and that's not going to be good enough.
No.
So we're going for it. We're going back. And now you're still in contention. You're still in the 3rd spot.
Yeah, that's right. So we're just going to try and shave a couple more numbers off. We're not going crazy with it. Just there's good today. Everything seems to be working, so.
All right, guys, we got Pizza Planet back at it again. Run number 2 here at Medicine Hat. So last run went 622. Now he's in contention, so he's 3rd spot right now, and obviously that was with that blown engine. So he's hoping to dip back into a 5 here, added a little bit more power to the truck, and hopefully we can get back moving up the ranks here. Looking good, 618, better than that 622. Well, Kyle, run number 2's in the books here at Medicine Hat.
Yes,
You
sir.
shaved off 4 100ths of a second, went from a 622 to a 618. Talk me through the run and talk to me about the new motor. How does it feel?
New motor's good, nice and strong. The run was good. Nothing really to say about that. It went down the track and went straight. Suffering a little bit with horsepower without all the goodies, the camshaft and such in the motor, but what do you expect for a junkyard 6.0?
Absolutely. So the F53 of yours had cam and stuff like that in it. This 6.0 is, as you said, it was straight junkyard. Yeah, absolutely. So some adjustments to be made, but still, either way, any way you slice it, 618 is no joke.
No joke, and cruises on the highway nice, so
out.
Absolutely.
Gets us to the next track.
Yeah, let's hit the road, get out of here, and off to Rimby we go.
You bet.
We are Japanese goblin というかけの高飛び鬼殺し I am ジャパニーズゴブリン赤青黄色の鬼ぞモアハイリミットシャトル作りをねセクシーメディア
Well, Kyle, day 4, Rimby, Alberta. We're finally here, and I gotta say, for this drag and drive event, yesterday had to have been probably one of my favorite drives. It's probably the most scenic.
Most definitely.
Never been through Drumheller before, and that was a treat.
Yeah, lots of good scenic views, lots of rolling hills. Good drive, a little bit warm. I think we might have got a little bit of heat stroke, but once we turned into Drumheller there, the temperature cooled off and it was smooth sailing from there.
Awesome. Okay, so any plans for today? Are we doing any tuning, any adjustments?
No adjustments, same tune as yesterday. The air is way better, so we should go a little bit faster and we'll leave it there and see how it goes.
Awesome. Okay, well, good luck today.
Thanks a lot.
Nice. Well, Kyle, first pass at Rimby, out of the way. Take me through it. 609, what are your thoughts?
609, it's real good. The air is real good. Truck ran beautiful. We had a couple potential issues on the road yesterday. Figured it was timing. Ended up just being, when we put the transmission tunnel back in the truck, it was too close to the transmission and vibrating at a certain RPM. So we got that sorted, figured out. Truck is good. Made a good lick. We're gonna turn it up a little bit and make another pass.
Absolutely. So now you're currently sitting in the third spot for this competition, the Pro Street class. Number one, I think, just put down a 594.
Yeah, James runs a super consistent
Yeah,
setup, so.
Number 2 position, Lane Olenberg with that Ford Ranger. He's actually red lit twice.
Oh, red lit. Okay.
Oh, sorry, not red lit, but yeah, sorry, broke out twice. That's
yeah.
what I meant to say. Yeah, you're right, too fast. So he's still struggling to get a pass, obviously, in where he needs to be. So
yeah, you bet.
And it's still anyone's game at this point. So
Yeah.
I'm wishing you luck, but yeah, let's see
much.
another pass.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, guys, the fastest delivery truck on earth. So we got Kyle up, obviously, with Pizza Planet, about to make a pass. So he's been tinkering. He's ran, I want to say close, a low 6.0, but he wants in that 5 second. He wants that 590, 580 territory. So he's been tuning, and he said he got another PSI boost hopefully in it. So hopefully this pass gets him into that high 5 territory. Lined up beside him, this is actually going to be a good run. This is Pro Street class, 580 cars, and then the right lane is the Ford Ranger of Lane, and he's in second spot. Kyle's in third. Let's see how it goes. What a run, 584 on the right lane and a 609 on the left lane. Well, Kyle, day 4 of the Mayhem looks like it's coming to an end. But talk to me, how was your day here?
It was good. Air was good, fairly comfortable. We got here early-ish. And it's supposed to be a short drive today, so we're kind of just taking it easy.
Yeah, hopefully a nice, easy, relaxing day for everyone. Hopefully we can all get out of here at a decent time. Maybe we can actually even all sit down and maybe even have dinner later or something.
Bet.
Who knows? Yeah. Okay, well, we'll catch up with you tomorrow back at Rad Torque Raceway.
Thanks a lot.
Well, Kyle, day 5 is here and the Mayhem is coming to an end. We're back at Rad Torque Raceway, and yeah, so Pizza Planet's here. One motor change, but we're here. We're here on the final day, and I want to know, what's the plans for today?
Today we're going to make a mediocre hit, make sure the truck stays together, make sure we get a decent time. I think we got to run a little bit quicker than a 8. Wow, 6:40. So we'll go and do that, and then we'll turn it up.
Okay, so I'm assuming you're willing to turn it up, obviously, because we're back where the truck and trailer is to get you back home.
Yeah, if it doesn't, or if it breaks this time, we just load it up.
Okay, well,
changes necessary.
there you go. Have some fun today.
Thanks.
And yeah, it's been awesome following your journey this week.
You bet. Thanks, Gary.
at 113.
Card number 40, Kyle Omenel. And Kyle's average is 6.12. I know that guy.
Pizza Planet!
Congratulations.